with the Gills gaffer Steve Evans. Gaffer, we're away for a couple of days. Got a game on Saturday against Leyton Orient. Just talk us through what the boys are doing in the background and what you hope to achieve during your time here.
Well, we were planning to go to either France, Portugal or Scotland. They were the three ones that are the three countries and designated venues we'd agreed with our chairman, and we could have, down to myself and Paul, to pick where our preferred choices are, but obviously COVID and travelling restrictions, etc. So we've come away. We're not a million miles away from our base anyway, but you can see, there's been a Premier League club here last week and a top end League One club the week before, Premier League club the week before, so we've come into a fantastic facility. But we've travelled here this morning, the boys have had a nice light lunch, and now we're on the training pitch, and it's important now. We're 9-10 days away now from starting against Southend. In realistic terms, the priority is obviously Hull City at home, but we want to do well in the game against Southend. We want to do well on Saturday, but we're here more or less to get the boys into a group together. Some of them are still learning names, etc., and that's natural when you're a young man that joins a new group in a new dressing room and don't know the lads from before. But we've come away. It's a brilliant facility. Thank you to our chairman. A lot of clubs, because of travelling restrictions, are having to be forced to stay at the base, but there's a lot of work, new pitches, etc., all getting laid in the training ground. So there's a lot of work been done for the season. So we're grateful to him for sanctioning this, and we've took advantage of a Premier League club choosing to go abroad and not come here.
Even before you started today's session, and it's just started behind you, how would you assess the boys' fitness at this stage?
Yeah, we're probably 75% of where we need to be. Sharpness, in my opinion, may take another 3 or 4 weeks. And I don't think I'm different to any other manager that the team stopped playing football in March. It's a difficult scenario for all of us, and we all know what it's going to be like now. We've played some games without supporters, etc., which adds its own difficulties. But we're probably, we will be ready to a degree against Southend, but 3 or 4 weeks into the season, when you've played 5 or 6 competitive games when it really matters, that's when your boys try to get that little bit of sharpness. But the whole group is here. What we've got, 17, 18 players, we're here. We've got 1 or 2 to add to the group, we know that. Our chairman has done brilliantly to get Big Mags in the last couple of days and get him over the line. So thank you to the chairman. I know in the past he takes some nonsense, but so thank you to him and to the team there at Priestfield. So we've got that done, and our job is to get 1 or 2 more done. The chairman is continuing those talks. I'll continue to do what I do, which is meet, put the miles in and talk to the players, and our chairman will talk finance as he normally does.
Let's have a quick word on Chris, because he arrived yesterday and I think a lot of clubs were chasing him. Ultimately he chose the Gills. You must be delighted.
Yeah, listen, it's been I know the family from before. His brother Jack's tried to get him to come to Rotherham United my time there in the Championship, and he went to Birmingham, and he's been outstanding at Birmingham, hasn't he? He's just come out there, but Jack's has been outstanding. So I had a relationship with Chris's father that goes back a number of years. We've always kept in touch. I've watched his lads progress. Of course, the other son are Mags' brothers at Brentford and doing very well. So it's a real family full of footballers, a bit like the Willocks, if you like. Three brothers all playing football. So it's encouraging. But yeah, we're delighted to get him in, because there was probably a stage where I thought, certainly a week ago, it was not going to happen, and we just kept talking and not talking money, just talking about progression, talking about playing football, talking about how important it was Max come back and played football, not just joined a club, played football. And I was there personally when Max made the call to a Championship manager to say, I've chosen to go to Gillingham, and I was there when his father and his representatives was on the phone to 3 other clubs in our league, and decent profile clubs as well.
During this stage of pre-season, how important is the input from your fitness and sports science staff?
Well, it's massive. I think COVID-19 has changed it dramatically. We have, again, thanks to our chairman, 1 or 2 other bodies around us to help with all that. We've been testing very regular for the whole group, individually as well. Mags was obviously tested yesterday and got the all clear this morning, allowing him to join the group. So from that point of view, we're all positive here, but sports and fitness and sports science has always been needed, particularly in the last number of years, as young men look deeper into doing everything they can to play. But it takes a team, from the kit boys to yourselves in the media department, to our chairman who heads it up and funds it, and most of all to our supporters who they think they miss the football. I miss them more than anything. I genuinely noted in the last few games, whether it be a beautiful stadium like Reading or a beautiful stadium like Priestfield, I said to Rennes and to my family, there's something missing in this, and what was missing, that was the buzz inside your heart, that comes from having supporters around.
Just finally, your assistant Paul Rayner said the other day, thanks John, it's important to peak at the right time. How difficult is it to judge that almost to the actual first game?
Well, it's difficult, but you have to take a balance on it. We've got a real tough start. You know, if anyone gets misguided in that front, they are mistaken. You know, we've got Hull City, who were very unfortunate to come down from the Championship, and had Grant McCann been afforded to keep his two best players and not be sold in January, back in the January window, and had he not had 4 or 5 lads pull out because they were taking their careers in a different direction when football restarted, they would certainly be a Championship club. Back in mid-January they were I think sitting in the top 8 in the Championship, so that's a real tough start. Followed by Wigan, who are now coming through the problems. There's lots happening at Wigan. New manager go in, and believe me, he'll get top class resources to build his team. And so when you can probably consider that we're playing certainly 5 in the first 7 games, who I think will be in the top 7 at the end.
Gaffer, thank you very much indeed. Top man. Thank you, appreciate that.